Well, welcome back. February is American Heart Month, and today we're focusing on one skill that can save a life when the heart stops. We're talking about hands-only CPR. Here with me today is Stacey Comerford, the Executive Director of the American Heart Association here for Palm Beach County, and we also have Dr. Bishoy Hanna, an help me out with your title here.
Electrophysiologist.
Thank you, with Cleveland Clinic Weston Hospital. Thanks so much for both of you for being here. So, Dr. Hanna, we have actually done hands-on CPR training here at the station because it's so important, so critical. So why is that the case?
So CPR stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation, and it's a life-saving intervention when the heart stops. When the heart stops, there's no blood flow to the brain and the other vital organs of the body. And CPR is a life-saving intervention to try to temporarily restore blood flow to the brain and the other vital organs as a bridge to get somebody to a higher level of care. Traditional CPR is performed with both chest compressions and rescue breaths, but hands-only CPR, which could be performed by anybody, is performed doing only chest compressions and could save somebody's life if it's performed within the first few minutes of a cardiac arrest.
And Stacey, why is it so important for the American Heart Association to be here talking about hands-only CPR?
Well, it's so important because we know that when people experience a cardiac arrest outside of a hospital, only about 1 in 10 people are surviving. But we know that that immediate CPR can actually double or even triple a victim's chance of survival.
Dr. Hanna, have you seen this firsthand?
Oh, certainly. Just a few weeks ago, I had a patient who was having a glass of wine in the evening, sitting next to her husband, and she suddenly lost consciousness, dropped the bottle of,
glass
I
of
hope
wine?
she wasn't having a bottle, but the glass of wine on the floor. Her husband jumped into action, saw that she didn't have a pulse, and performed hands-only CPR. And not only did she survive, she left the hospital completely neurologically intact, meaning that, his early intervention allowed for enough blood flow to the brain to where she didn't have any permanent damage to the brain.
Would you like to see businesses and just out there kind of doing this CPR training that we're talking about so everyone knows?
Certainly, right? I mean, there's no harm in it, and you never know when you're going to be in a situation when it would come in handy.
Yeah, and AEDs, having them in your workplace too is very important.
AEDs are huge. Time to defibrillation for shockable rhythms is one of the greatest predictors of survival for an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, so certainly.
Stacey, the American Heart Association has a goal to double the survival rate of out-of-hospital cardiac arrest by 2030. Talk to us about that.
Absolutely. Look, as I mentioned earlier, that survival rate right now is very low outside of hospital cardiac arrests. And we know that of people suffering that, more than half of the people are not receiving that immediate CPR. That's something that we want to change. So it's important for us to put more lifesavers into the community, into every household.
All right, well, thank you both so much for being here this morning. And if you would like to watch this interview again or for more information, head to our website, WPBF.com, or download our free WPBF 25 News app. Nikki.